Pope doesn't seem to have an agenda that he doesn't announce. He seems to say exactly what's on his mind. And, he says things that are, stunning in terms of papacy and the way Pope spoke. So a church that spoke from the balconies in Latin in the 15th century has progressed to Francis, who meets common people and says what's on his mind and is quick to be funny.
One thing that just touches my heart, every young person says, but the Pope says. Before you didn't hear that, it was, well, my pastor said or the church said, but now it's, but the Pope said. So it's encouraging.
I think Pope Francis has made quite an impact not only on Catholics and non-Catholics around the world, but certainly among bishops. So he's calling bishops to an important measure and asking bishops to be among their people, to be responsive to their people, to be in dialogue with their people. These are big and important challenges for us as bishops, not to guilt us, but to renew us and to move us in a direction where our witness is really impactful on the people that we're privileged to serve.
And I think that he is providing us a great example. It's stretching us, it's causing us to pray and reflect perhaps with new intensity and maybe in a new way. I think that's a good thing, and I think we all hope that we're going to respond as we ought for the sake of the mission.
I think Pope Francis is helping us to keep things in a proper perspective. That reminder of authenticity of our witness calls us to continually purify our motives, our decisions, our pastoral style. We need to constantly review that, renew that.
Different popes put spotlights on different issues in the church, and certainly Pope Francis, thanks be to God, has turned the spotlight onto the injustice, the needs of the poor, and a ringing call for the church to be poor and of the poor.
And that's my mission as a Christian, is to serve the poor and marginalized, and that's just what Christ sent us on a mission towards. But Pope Francis definitely reinforces that mission.
I think Pope Francis becoming Pope had a big role in terms of my views of the church. And I think the moment that I really realized that the Catholic Church was for me and that Pope Francis was someone that I was waiting for to sort of speak to our generation was when he didn't speak against gays and homosexuals, and he said that, that if you're gay or homosexual, who am I to judge you for who you are? To me, I think that was a very monumental moment in the Catholic Church's history, because it finally put a human face to the church.
It makes a huge difference that Pope Francis has really brought the message to a level that people can understand in their own language, right? He speaks straight to the heart, and people really like that. There's no discontinuity in the message, from Benedict to Francis or from JP2 to Benedict to Francis, right? It's deeply in continuity, but he brings a kind of freshness in the approach and in the explanation and in the expression of the message, and people really find that attractive.
I love our new Pope. He is a Pope of hope. I think he's showing such extraordinary leadership, and it's just what we need. It's just what we need, and he's a blessing, and I'm a big fan of our new Pope.
And I think that the Holy Spirit really gifted the church with Francis, a visionary man, but really importantly, a man who loves people. And somebody who can show that, who can communicate that, and who can help people to understand and see the wonderful message, the joy of being Christian.